Hello everybody, and welcome to this tutorial where we will compare IronPDF to iTextSharp. So for this tutorial I've created two projects, one for iText 7 and the second for IronPDF. Let's get started with the iText 7, and we'll install the library by clicking on the Tools menu, and then the NuGet Package Manager, then Manage NuGet Package Manager for Solution. And this will open up the NuGet Package Manager tab, and we'll go to the browse and search for iText 7. We'll wait for the search results. And then we'll click on iText 7 and then click on the checkbox, then click on the install button. And similarly, we'll click on the iText7.pdf HTML and we'll install that. And you can see the installed library is in the Installed tab here. So we'll close the Browse tab and we'll write the code for creating PDF from URL using iText 7 here. So I've written the code. These are some of the imported libraries. iText7.html to PDF is an important library. And then I created a PDF writer object, and then I created a PDF document using the writer object. After that, we used Web Client to download the HTML of the following link. Then use that HTML to convert to text function as a parameter. So let's run the project and wait for it to process. Okay, there you go. We don't know what's behind this black bar, right? But if we take a look at the original website, we can see what that consists of, and that's a logo, a search bar, two buttons at the top bar, and a footer. But if we looked at the output generated by iText 7, we see just a messy result. Big black bar instead of a logo. The buttons are disturbed. Footer link didn't render well. You can see we're unable to see the languages offered by Google. So let's move to the IronPDF project and install the PDF library in the same way that you install the iText 7 using the NuGet. And then search for IronPDF in the Browse tab and select IronPDF from the search results. Click on the Install button. I've already installed it, and you can see that in the library, the install library. So let's go to the program CS file and write using IronPDF on the top of the file, as I've written right here. And let's write the code for IronPDF. So I've written the code, create a Chrome render object, then I set the width of the viewport. After that, I set the size of the PDF, paper size. After that, we use a render URL as PDF. And finally, use the save the file using the save as function with the name Google PDF. So let's run the project. And it'll start building the solution. So close the window and we'll open up the PDF. And this is the file generated by the IronPDF. As you can see, the UI is perfectly rendered here. The Google's logo is well placed. Search bar is working perfectly. You can type anything in the search bar. The button's UI is similar to the original website. You can see the language offered by Google. So if we look at the iText 7 output, you can observe that it's completely different than the original website. And that's because before converting the URL from PDF, iText 7 doesn't load the CSS file, which is why the layout of the PDF generated by iText 7 is so different. On the other hand, if you look at the IronPDF result, you can see that it's rendered perfectly. It looks exactly like the original website. Each and every detail is perfect. And there's no defect in the UI flow of the page. So we can see the IronPDF delivers better results than the iText 7 in every aspect PDF file. The UI flow was amazing and rendered. Quality of the IronPDF is superb. So that's all for me. As always, if you have any questions, our support team is standing by ready to assist.